Hey guys, welcome back to Almost Unreal. So, what are we getting into today? It's been kind of quiet. There are some gaming expos and stuff popping up, so we're definitely going to be in tune with that. There actually was some stuff that happened yesterday that I'm going to do a reaction video, just seeing from everything that popped up with Resident Evil. But I'm not going to get that into that today because we only have just a little bit of things to kind of just showcase of what's going on. So. As we all know, Diablo 2 Resurrected has been pretty much the 4 or 5 days that it was out. We got a really good taste of it. We saw a lot of stuff. I already made a video, what I feel about it. Definitely check that out. It's in the channel. Just the overall reaction. I wish I did get into the alpha. I did not. But as you can see here, there might be an opportunity to get into it. I don't believe in this article it really indicates how you get into it. I could be wrong, but I know that there is a couple of live streams that are going on that have basically the single player, and I guess all acts are unlocked and all characters are unlocked just from, you know, what people are talking about. But it has, the technical alpha has been cracked. I guess there's, you know, a lot of little things to get through it. People say don't use your original BattleNet. Whatever. I don't think it's important enough to actually even try this or attempt it to get in there. I'm definitely okay with just waiting until the game comes out to actually play it. So I'm not really worried. If I do get into the beta, that's awesome. There also is a beta opt-in, so definitely check that out if you have not. But as we all know, this actually may slow down the release, because they have to look into, you know, how did they get this information. It just could be, they could just say, screw it, we're going to go forward, but at the same time, this would be like a free game, and that's not something they'd want, especially if it's going to be able to be cracked the way it is, and then just jump onto a modding community, servers, and stuff like that. Could be kind of sketchy, especially with them trying to at least get the you know, get kind of repaid for doing all the work that they've done. And that's the sucky thing. I don't know how they're going to fix it, how they're going to patch it, and hopefully they get this all cleared up. So, other than that, there you go. You can definitely check it out for yourself. I'm not going to leave a link in the description on this one. But let's jump into a couple of different topics. And one of the biggest ones, Oddity popped up. Now, this was a couple of days ago, 12 days to be exact. But a dev update, and he was doing a test on his character screen, basically like getting attacked. And it's definitely based off of Mother 3 attacking. I don't know if that has anything to do with the combo pads that you hit to get higher damage and criticals and stuff like that. But for them to throw this in there, I was pleasantly surprised. That looks like one of the fighting backgrounds, especially that you're going against. And there won't be an Oddity drawing for Easter this year. So as you can see, you know, Easter's already gone. But it's kind of interesting. Like, why? That was kind of weird. It popped up out of nowhere. Oddity, if you do not know, is basically a continuation of the Mother series. If you are into Earthbound or the Mother series in general, definitely check this out. Especially on Reddit, they have a really nice, you know, little community, people doing a lot of fan art and stuff like that. Hopefully it ever may get released. But, I mean, they also have some really amazing artwork. The look looks really good. I did do a previous news installment kind of this. So check it out. I think you'd really like it. But for me, I am just totally stoked about this, because those two right there is pretty much like, are they still pushing? Like, are they still going to get this done? From what a lot of people have said is that they're really, with the new name and everything, it hasn't really come into any scrutiny. And I don't care if it's quote unquote Mother in the Mother series, but if it's in the same vein, I think that in that spirit, I would definitely love to play it, because especially from my childhood, Earthbound was huge, and a lot of people didn't know what it was, and I got a lot of my friends hooked on it after they saw me playing it. So Now that it's a kind of a cult classic, I think this definitely could add to that ticket list. So, definitely check it out. Next, oh my gosh, Omar Gonzalez, basically one of the biggest guys that started World of Warcraft Classic. He's moved on to Dreamhaven. And that's the funny thing. Like, I've been really tempted to go back into Classic, especially with, oh gosh, I'm totally spacing right now, but the second expansion, Burning Crusade. Hello. Yeah, is it Burning Crusade? Oh my god. It's going to totally... World of Warcraft expansion. Expansions. I know it's Burning Crusades. It's Burning Crusades. Thank you. God, I'm losing my brain. But anyways, I know Burning Crusade is coming out. They're doing testing of it. It's over Twitch, especially with the bigger World of Warcraft streamers. But this is very interesting to me because Dreamhaven, I haven't seen really a list of anything that they're going to produce at the moment. And I know they're still a new company, but this is with Mike Morhaime. I don't know where Bill Roper is. I mean, after they did... Oh, God. Bill Roper, he did... Blizzard. What was the last game? And the funny thing... Hellgate London. And the funny thing is there was like a fan remake or ad or mod, something like that popped up that looks like they're trying to kind of revive Hellgate London a little bit. So if you're into that, that's kind of cool. But anyways, going back to Omar Gonzalez, amazing job, especially bringing in, World of Warcraft Classic. Yeah, we've had, some offshoots and some really amazing community-based Classic games, but they did a great job. And for him to go to Dreamhaven, I really hope that they make like something that's going to not attack, but something that's going to make a really good MMO. I'm still on the Pantheon train. I think Pantheon's going to be amazing, and I don't see anything taking away any of my time besides Pantheon once it does finally release. But for them to kind of go in the direction that they're going, bringing in people that they, totally trust. They've been involved with each other. Dreamhaven is not Activision. And I'm sorry, I think that Blizzard is going in that Activision route. I am really happy for Diablo 2 Remastered, but that was Vicarious Visions. So, I don't know. I'm still really concerned about Diablo 4. I've said it before. But for them to go in this direction, I think great move. Dreamhaven's probably going to be a really heavy hitter, especially. But, the first game that they put out, what is it going to be? And I don't want it to be like a rehash of like Diablo 1 or World of Warcraft or anything like that. I think they have the creative juices to really make their own subsidiary, their own game that might actually really, kick some teeth in, that's awesome. That's what you want. You want that competitive nature to make Blizzard go, you know what? We need to start making really good games again. But no, awesome to see. Dreamhaven is going to be huge. So we're going to... And then Frost Giant. That's another one that people got to keep their heads open. Frost Giant and Dreamhaven. Those are ex-Blizzard people. So that's going to be really huge to see. And jumping into a little bit more MMO info. Daybreak is prepping for a 24-hour, if not longer, downtime. Now, they're doing a lot of backups for Everquest, and that's pretty awesome for me because maybe they might bring out a new PTL. I could see myself spending another good 6 months to a year playing that while I wait for Pantheon. Yet again, going back to Pantheon. But I believe that Everquest has really coined the let's restart a server, play from the Classic to Kunark to Velios, all the way to Plains of Power. Awesome. I think that's something that's going to be really awesome to see. But with them doing this major backup, probably putting on new hardware from what it's sounding like, putting on the new servers and stuff like that, might be a little bit less on the strain for their weekly downtimes that they have. I don't know if it's changed. I haven't been in the game for a little bit, but seeing that this is kind of going on, hopefully, something really cool pops up in the future. But for for them to have it down that long, oh gosh, I know there's people out there that know exactly what I'm talking about. When you get home and you're like, oh my god, I can't even get on World of Warcraft. That was huge, especially in the beginning. But EverQuest always has had this, at least as long as I've been playing EverQuest. So it's always been those little downtimes where you're like, no, I need my Evercrack. So yeah, no, good to see this because they're updating their stuff and they're actually backing up a lot of stuff. So that's really awesome. And then finally, we're going to jump into Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 16, it seems, this is kind of big, the upcoming Final Fantasy 16 is rumored to be not exclusive to PlayStation 5, according to DualShockers report on Thursday, April 8th. That's pretty big. The funny thing is that there has been a lot of rumblings. Is like they've made so much money, especially when it came to because of the pandemic and because of what's going on, that they've actually made a ton of money from releasing on PC, not just being exclusive to PS5, but also their PC, subsidiaries. And that's the thing. It's like, guys, you should put it on PC. There's a lot of people on PC right now, especially getting graphics cards is a ridiculous, arduous task. And the reason for that is because there's a lot of PC gamers. There's a ton, and especially how good the graphics cards are now. A lot of people are playing PC. Xbox and PS5, as great as they are, they're not even close. They're not even hitting what's out right now. I am actually building a brand new PC. I've got everything. I'm just waiting until, I believe, June, the end of June, and then my graphics card's going to get here. So that's something for me is like, it's the way of the future. I mean, I do not believe a console is going to ever keep up with PC, and especially the way PC's looking, it's just going to knock it out of the park. So it's good to hear that they're going to try and get it in that direction. Now, this isn't 100% official. This is just rumors again, and I could say, yes, this could be an insider. Hey, I'm talking to somebody about it. I have a really good resource or really good sources. But at the same time, if they don't want to put in the time and effort to actually, switch it back to PC, because those ports really, some of them are finicky. And I must admit, I even had a really good computer when Grand Theft Auto was ported over to PC, and it still crashed and still had those problems. And I'm still finicky on ports, but I mean, I believe Final Fantasy 16 is definitely going to be totally in that realm. And because the only reason that I'm really big on this is because it's going back to high fantasy. It's going back to their roots. And that's something that, for me, I really love. Because I'm totally, as a player, I know I'm really rooted into, like, the original Dragon Warrior, the original, like, RPG style, the hack and slash style. I'm totally into that. Now, yes, I play Earthbound. Yes, I play, Final Fantasy VII. Yes, there's updated, fantasy JRPGs, Chrono Trigger, all those. I mean, and I'm just thinking of the ones that I remember playing as a kid. But really, that high fantasy, I don't know, it really gets me. It really sinks its fingers into me. That's why I'm really happy to see this. So good work there on DualShock for getting that information. But we're going to leave it off here. Hopefully this little bit of information has helped you guys out, giving you a little step forward into any game that you, so far that's on here, that you're like, okay, they're making work, they're making progress. It's great to see, especially Dreamhaven, see what they're going to get done, and hopefully Diablo 2 Resurrected isn't going to be delayed any further past this year, hopefully. But anyways, it's been unreal. I hope you guys had fun. I'll catch you later.